First item on the agenda is the monthly report of the sheriff for October. You got any comments on that?
I'll make a motion.
Bob?
I'll second.
Dutch? Motion is second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Approval of renewal of agreement with Bassett for active TB patients at the correctional facility. Would you like to comment on that?
Yes, we're asking for a renewal of the contract with Bassett for
You handled that
services
pretty
to
well.
our inmates for TB.
How many patients do we have currently?
None.
None.
In a jail?
Yeah.
None.
Over the course of a year, do we?
We might pick up one, we hope we don't get any. But
Is it something, why do we, how much do we pay for it?
we don't pay anything for this unless we use it, Mr. Chairman.
How much do we pay when we do use it, Mr. Chairman?
Whatever medical costs are.
Just the.
Is this something that the nurse in the jail could learn to do through public safety? I mean, public health, because public health does it. Why do we need a contract?
We don't have an X-ray machine or.
Oh, this is for
imaging
x-rays,
machine.
it's not for doing the test?
No,
We don't really have, if they need care at the hospital.
This is treatment as well as diagnosis, right, Chris?
Correct.
Mr. Chairman, I need to understand, is this doing the time test on the patient, on the inmate?
No, it would be the whole gamut. It would be
It does do the time?
We do the time
They
test,
do
Mr.
that right
Chairman.
there.
And I'm sorry, we gotta play this.
Yeah.
Explain to me what the contract, what is involved in the contract from start, when we use it, what happens?
Go ahead, Chris.
If we get someone to test positive for TB within our facility with a regular skin test, then we transport them to the hospital, and then they do further testing, such as x-rays, and then if they need treatment, they need to be treated, they're treated there.
So is this like just to have an agreement in place that they're the provider of service?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion.
Bob? Second? Jim? Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Third item. Approve agreement with the State of New York Unified Court System for court security. This is also a
Continuing contract with Unified Court System, and it's really not for security, it's to provide court attendance for the judges. And this contract, as usual, it started in April 1st, 2012, runs out March 31st, 2013. We normally get them, usually we get them by the end of the year, but this is the first year, so.
Chris, we do them when we get them.
Correct.
Is this a 2013-14 or 2012-13?
2012, 2013.
Why don't we have a contract that goes through the year? Why don't we prepare something ahead of time? Or?
We don't get it, we get it from my understanding is if we get it from the court
We don't
system,
prepare the
once they get it to
contract.
us, then we adopt it, and it's the court system that.
And these are the
lax.
people that are on our payroll, but we get 100% reimbursement? Do we?
Correct.
Yeah.
So the fringe and everything is
They're
reimbursed.
the new, I think it's $61.25 a day. And
What do we got, 4 up there?
right now we have three already.
Who appoints them?
Usually, they apply to me, Mr. Chairman, and then I discuss it with the judges, make sure the judges are okay with
Yeah.
it.
It's not a civil service position, then.
No.
It's an appointed
No, it's
position.
It's a part-time.
So you got extra Benson? Yeah, I got it. Motion.
Second, great. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Do you have anything else?
Mr. Chairman? Can we know the status of the locks, please?
I was just gonna say the same thing, thank you.
Like mine.
I just got an email from our contact with Keene today, and he said that they should get them back on the 10th of January, and they will get them installed immediately.
Beautiful.
Get them back from where?
From the,
From Southern Folger.
They've been someplace, come and gone back, is that, I mean, I don't know what the word back means.
Correct.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so to be installed by when?
Well, if we get them on, if they get them on the 10th, they're gonna do them ASAP after they, as soon as they get them.
So the date of purchase order to now is when? Just to keep track of the time.
7 months, 6 months? Probably 6, 7 months.
Mr. Chairman, can I note that just, there's a lesson learned. We went with a cheaper person. When the question was, at that time, we should have asked when they could have been put in. That's, I mean, that's, look at the money that we have lost. If the other company was,
Originally, we had a cheaper person,
right,
but because of our purchasing policy, we had to go out for bid with it.
right.
The cheaper person we had in the beginning was Southern Folger, the ones that actually make the locks. When we went out to bid, Keene was the same price they bid the first time, Southern Folgers was higher.
Correct, that's what I'm saying.
So we ended up going with Keene, which is really a middleman, which I think that's where the problem with the locks was created, because we didn't have the representative from Southern Folger here. And there was a mix-up between the middle person who was Keene to Southern Folger, and that's how we got where we are.
So perfect example, we could have had them in sooner, probably.
Well, I think it also may have been, and it would be a good lesson for us to review to see if there could have been anything different in the spec that could have set, because you figure 7 cells, how much a day are we losing by not being able to utilize them? We probably could have had some stipulation within our specification on delivery, and even perhaps penalty failure to
I
deliver.
think one of the issues, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, but one of the main issues was the fact that they're an old lock and
They had to be made.
they had to be made, nobody makes them. You know, it's not an off-the-shelf type of thing, and to retro them with something else isn't a practical.
Yeah, but they gave delivery terms in their bid, didn't they, on when they thought we could have it?
Southern Folger?
When they bid, then no one told us when we could expect these locks in their bid? Wow.
That was my
The poor
statement,
bid,
Helen.
poor package.
Yeah, 'cause
That was my statement.
Basically, you're looking, right now, you're looking at custom locks.
Right.
We're a 7-lot customer. If they get a 50 or 60 or 100 or 200 lot customer,
Maybe we should have been an 8 or a 10 lot customer, in case these things break.
Yeah.
you know, it's,
Didn't we talk about retrofitting them all, to avoid this again?
it was very
We
expensive.
did, but the cost was.
Yeah, it was cost
Very
prohibitive.
expensive.
Building a new jail, maybe.
I think Helen had brought it up, Mr. David, but I think what it was we looked at, and I can't remember what the figure was, but
It was a lot.
It was an awful lot of money, and it wasn't really, you know, as long as they worked, they worked.
Good luck on it.
Yeah, well, good luck, Sandra.
Because you're still rebuilding it or making an antiquated lot.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Bob? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
Then you're,